various ailments of the spine, crushed discs, slipped discs, variety of other things. So they discussed the various new developments in spinal surgery. At the end of the article, there's about 4 pages in the Newsweek, at the end of it, it had a list of doctors' recommendations. You know what was number 1 on that list? Don't sleep on your stomach. That was number 1. Don't sleep on your stomach. And they explained why. Because of the fact that the back, heavy bony structure, doesn't have any support. What's in front of it when you lie on your stomach is all soft organs. So it sags downwards. And that's what causes people to have curvature of the spine in late age. When they get older, you see them walking with their backs humped. It is from this. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ spoke about that 1,400 years ago. Furthermore, I noted that in 1989, British medical researchers looking into the causes of cot death or sudden death syndrome, SDS, where children are put to sleep at the age of 1 and 2 or less than 1, and they never wake up. They just die in their beds for no apparent reason. This was happening around the world. And they wanted to try to find out what was the cause, what was behind it. So they sent out researchers across the UK, meeting with families who had children that died in this way, asking them a variety of questions to understand what was the circumstance in their home which could possibly have led to it. And after they finished all of the questions about the type of mattress, the type of bed that they put the child in, the type of foods that they fed them, all kinds of information they asked them. In the end, this was all put into computer, collated, and guess what came out as number 1? Children put to sleep on their stomachs. So, as a result of that, front page news, UK, doctors warning, do not put your children to sleep on their stomachs. It was the common cause in those who had children that died in this way. And 9 years later, in 1998, when they did a further survey, they found that over 70% cot death had dropped by over 70%. This information, of course, went worldwide. And the common practice of putting children to sleep on their stomachs, putting them to rest on their stomachs because they had colic, etc. Nurses are doing that normally. This had to be revised. But Prophet Muhammad ﷺ warned about it 1,400 years ago. So, coming back to Islam. Is Islam outmoded, outdated? Can it not adapt to the times? One who doesn't understand Islam would say such a thing. That statement is a clear indication of one's ignorance of Islam and how Islamic law functions. Because we have in Islam 2 sources of law. One source we call the Sharia, and the other source we call fiqh. Normally these are both translated as Islamic law. So people don't understand that there in fact is a difference between the two. Fiqh and Sharia are related, but they're not one and the same. Sharia is revelation from Allah. The laws which were revealed directly from God. Those laws came either in the Quran or in the Sunnah. In the Sunnah, in the Hadith, in the statements, the actions, the approvals of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. These were the two sources of revelation. That is the Sharia. And that revelation will never change. The laws which come from there will never change. They're fixed. However, at the same time, there is fiqh. When we try to apply those laws today, tomorrow, yesterday, we apply them based on the knowledge that we have of our given circumstances. We use our reasoning and we deduce from the Sharia principles which we then apply in our given time, place. However, our information may change. So if the information changes, then the laws we have deduced by fiqh, by understanding, these have to change. They don't remain the same as the laws of the Sharia, the revealed laws. This is the point where Islam has a fixed foundation and it has a flexible superstructure which can mold with the times and according to the information and the need of the people in given places at given circumstances. For example, to illustrate this change, smoking, tobacco, when it first reached the Ottoman Empire in the 16th century, Muslim scholars had to analyze it and put a ruling on it, because according to Islamic law, there is a ruling for everything. Either that thing is wajib or fard, you must do it, or it is mustahab, also called sunnah, meaning it's recommended for you to do it, or it is mubah, neutral, do it, don't do it, no problem. Or it is makruh, something disliked, it's better you didn't do it. Or it is haram, forbidden. Everything, every thought, every action will fall into one of these 5 categories. So, the scholars in the Ottoman Empire, when they looked at tobacco and its effects, and know that it was the Ottomans who devised the cigarette rolled in paper, when they analyzed the effects, they concluded that it was makruh, disliked. Better you didn't do it, but if you did it, there was no sin. Why did they come to it as being makruh? Why didn't they just say it was mubah? No problem, do it or not do it. Well, when they look back in the Sharia to find out what is the ruling on substances which cause bad breath, because this was the noted results of smoking that they could see. You smoke cigarettes, you develop the smoker's breath, right? Which is not a pleasant breath. So the West has developed all kinds of sprays, people spray in their mouths to kind of cloud and hide this smoker's breath. So they looked into the Sharia to see what was the ruling concerning substances which